Yeah, so I'm having this session recording now, so we can just get started. So, oh my goodness, someone said they can hear anything. Um, so I think it's, yeah, if you can't hear me, what I would suggest is that maybe you should try and disconnect and try and connect again, or try and restart your device. But I think a lot of people can hear me, so that means everything is okay from here. And so just like I said, so the number one goal of this conversation is to help you to be able to re-strategize how you've been going about applying to get your first job. So I'm on really. Oluwato, my mic is on. Yeah, maybe it's the internet. You could just. Okay, that's great. Thank you very much, Kathleen, for that tips. So refresh your window, refresh, rejoin, and then you should be fine. So great. So let's dive into this conversation. Yay! Good, 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 good. So I feel confident now. That's awesome. So let's get started. So uh, most of my webinar, this is how I go about it. If you've attended any of my webinar or group session on ADP list before, so I'll do my rambling for some, giving you all of the ideas. And then question time is the most important time because that I would say that after listening to all my rambling, I want you to wait because the reason is this, my rambling is generalization. Hiring and applying for job is unique to individuals. So during the questioning time, you could share what you've been doing, and I could give you a tip that could just like unlock everything. I've had a conversation with someone that just moved to the UK, and for 6 months he's been trying everything. And he booked like a 45-minute session with me, and in less than 2 weeks, he landed a job. So there could be a lot of things. It could have been in your head. It could just be like one thing I would say or one tip you get from this, and it would just be it. So, and on this session, I'm assuming you're actually actively looking for your first role. You have all the skills needed. So I'm not going to be telling you about what skill to get or whatever. I would just assume you have all of those. And what you need right now is to get that door open for you and so that you could start your journey. So, yep. So my name is Peter Ayeni. So I like what I'm doing right now. That's what I said. I make the world a better place by helping people to get started in tech and in social entrepreneurship. Also, why I do this is because I also have been fortunate to meet amazing people and organizations that have helped me on my journey. I used to say I started out in tech in Nigeria about 15 years ago. This is when Nigeria doesn't even have like an ecosystem in tech. There was no mentoring, there was no meetups. I think I started the first meetup in the university then, in the University of Ilori in 2007, called Young Developers Network. So because there wasn't any meetup anywhere, there wasn't any cool working space. There's no like we have it today. There wasn't like Google developer this thing like we have it here. So, but I was lucky. I was part of this American Society of Black Engineers, and I love what they're doing, the society and stuff like that. So I try to replicate it in Nigeria. So I've been doing this thing for a long time, trying to help people to find their way because it was really hard for me getting into tech. Even when I moved to the UK, getting a job and everything, it was difficult. I go through a lot, but then I just do this so that people don't go through the same thing that I've been through, so that they could just like learn from my mistakes and take advantage of the strength. So, and also I mentor on ADP list. I don't know ADP list. I've not updated my job, but I work currently as a senior software engineer at Nexus. So Nexus is an amazing company. So we build white label software to manage co-working space. So it's a really good place. And yeah, so we're going to start the conversation now. So the first thing I want to say is that if you are here right now, that's why the first thing I want to say, like, it doesn't matter what you've been through in the past. It doesn't matter how many no's you've gotten from recruiters. It doesn't matter like number of people or organization that you've sent application to and they never responded. It happens to the best of us. Like, they never responded. It doesn't matter all of those things. I just want to let you know right now that you deserve to be here. That at some points that you'll be thinking in your head, like, what am I doing wrong? Is it my background? Is it because of the language? Is it because of the framework? Is it because of, well, I don't have enough certificates? Like, there could be a lot of parameters that you could be thinking about, and the reason why, like, is my design not good enough, or I didn't go to the right school, or is it my degree, is it my what? So many factors we could plug into it. But I'll just say that get out of that thing and say to yourself, you deserve to be here. You deserve it. You deserve to be part of this tech community. You understand? And the reason why I'm saying this is because, like, for you to make that effort to be able to, like, okay, I want to learn design, I want to learn UX, I want to learn product, and you took that effort in yourself. Maybe you go to school, maybe you go to a boot camp, or you self-taught online or anything, and you took that effort, you created one thing, you've deserve it. You've put a lot of work into that. And that itself is what's recommended. Like, it's not a lot of people could do that. And you're just like, if you look at how many developers, designers, or people that work in tech that we are still very small number. Sincerely, we are still very small. Either you're a founder, it doesn't matter in any aspect of the ecosystem you're working, you're a technical writer, you deserve to be here. And you should pat yourself on the back and, like, yes, I deserve to be here. So, and the reason why I said you deserve to be here is this, because there is a lot of mystic around the tech community. There is a lot of mystic. Like, even for me, when I started in tech then, and I'll just see all of these amazing people in tech, and people like Linus Torvalds, people that write the Linux operating systems and kernel, I'll just be like, how did they do it? How will someone come up with an ideas to build all of these amazing things? Like, it's incomprehensible. It's difficult. Like, people working in Google, Facebook, like, how did they do it? Looking at top designers at Apple, looking at what they do, I'm like, oh my God, where does all of those ideas come from? So you start to, like, look at yourself. I'm like, is this meant for me or just for some extra talented people? And a lot of people are even at that point, like, just looking from afar, like, oh my God, what is happening? This is a lot. They just tap out and, like, so that's what I'm saying in the previous slide, that you deserve to be here. For you to look beyond all of those intimidation, all of those mystery, all of those amazing people in tech that you like, oh my God, do they even eat? Do they, like, are they superpower? Like, people like Elon Musk, like that, like, oh my God, this is so huge. How did they get there? These are the things, these are a lot of mystery that surrounded the a place that we work on. When you look at senior software engineers, solution architects, people that write open source library, like, people say, like, we are all night and we ship this over 2 days. Like, you're like, oh my God, how did they do it? They have all those codes on their head. What I want you to know is that you also deserve to be here. So there is this movie I love a lot, and this quote of this movie, I know I use this example all the time when I so can you please let us mute? Okay, thank you. So I muted that. So good. So what I'm saying is that you deserve to be here. So there's this amazing movie I saw, and I like to make an example of this movie all the time because it just shows that there's this chef that believes that everyone can cook. So he write this quote and said, "What I said is true. Anyone can cook, but the only the fearless can be great." You understand? So because we see all of these amazing people that do things that are out of the world, people are like, oh, he's a genius programmer and things like that. Like, come up those things happen. Can anyone become a genius programmer or a genius designer or someone that just like anything they touch just become gold like that? Are they born like that? No. So you see, there is no one that is born great. No one, except like maybe someone. There's this TV show that they talked about people become a billionaire without lifting a pain. Yeah, people can become a billionaire without lifting a pain, but no one can become a great programmer or a great designer without lifting a pain. You like Steve Jobs won't even give back to an innovator like that. No, people have to take their own process. People can inherit wealth, but not knowledge and genius. People can have special, I don't know if that is correct, like a gene or genius or things like that. But I believe people can repeatedly become better. And that is exactly what this guy is saying here. That if you're fearless, like if you're daring, and I paraphrase this here, now, what I say is true. Anyone can be in tech. Like anyone, tech is open for anyone. You don't have any, you don't need any special parameter or anything to be in tech. Go to right school, you can do great design. All of these skills can be learned and can be mastered through trial and error. Just our mind, our child mind, But only the fearless will get higher in school. Getting higher is another step. You have to be fearless. I'll get into the deeper of what I mean by only be fearless. What I mean by you have to be like you have to believe in yourself that I deserve to be in this space and I deserve to give my best to contribute to this space. So let's keep going on. So how can we position ourselves for better opportunities in tech? So I have some points that I've always discussed over some times. I'll just run through those points. And if you have any questions right now, start writing them down because that is where we're going to spend the time. You understand? So, because this is the conversation. I don't want it to be like one way traffic and just people to share your experience, what you've done, what why you think you've been denied, and then I could give you more insight into the reason why. But then generally I'm going to give you all of these opinions on things I think people have done wrong, what I have done wrong in the past, and what I improved on that they gave me the best opportunity that I have. So are you ready now? Are you ready? Say yes to get all of those points if you're ready. Maybe not say yes, type yes if you're ready.
Yes, right.
Just type yes to be ready for all these points. Yeah, just do it. Okay, great. So I see a lot of yes here. So we're going to go into the deep stuff. So number one, it's just wrong. You see, like there's something someone says, it doesn't matter how fast you're high, how in shape and how good it is. If we are driving on the wrong way, we're not gonna reach the destination. And this is what happens. It doesn't matter, like if you're knocking on the wrong door, they say they open the door for you when you get in, like, oh my god, this is not where I'm supposed to be. And that is what happens in most of us applying to jobs. Because we are going about applying for jobs. So what I mean is, so, we are applying for job as a junior. There's a lot of things the organizations are looking for. So, and there are organizations like you need to like understand your priority and where you are doing your content. You need to understand that what are the organizations that have these programs for hire juniors, you understand? So you need to align it with that. There are organizations that are junior ready, like they love them, they hire juniors with the track record. So you need to apply to those organizations. Like a lot of people just see applications to recruiters, and this is the mistake that a lot of juniors do. Yeah, I know most of the time because agencies, if you are a beginner, you're starting to look for a applying to jobs through recruiting agency is a normal. You should try to avoid. Like a lot of people try that. The reason why I say applying to recruiting agency is a normal is one way of applying is that you see all these recruiting agencies. Oh, sorry. So yeah, that's great. Justin. We would like to hear of your ideas very soon. So what you did. So what I'm trying to say here is that recruiting company, they have on every job they place on the road, they have a commission for it. So and also that is their job. So what recruiting agency does most of the time is looking for the best person that will give them high return. Like now, high return I mean is that easiest to be placed because they are headhunters. They are looking for people that have already been in the industry, that know what they're doing and stuff like that, and they can get hired quickly and get up and running and can stay in the job for a long time so they can continue to make the money. You understand? So recruiting agencies will not help you. Okay, so this is really strange. Can you hear me better now? Toasting.
It's still
Uh,
breaking, sir.
it's
The
still
line is
breaking.
breaking. Yes, yes.
Oh, that's strange. Okay, so
But I think it's clear now. It's clear now.
yeah, it could be the
Yes.
network actually.
Okay.
So it could be the network also. Yeah, sometimes you just like be patient and then it's gonna get clearer. Okay,
Okay.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, great. So now so recruiters are on just like people that have or like call it they have targets. So most of the time, when you send all your CVs to them, they may not. There will be the large percentage of people that will ignore your CV without responding to you. And the thing is that recruiters, they are on every platform. They are on LinkedIn. Sometimes they post like company or individuals, and you send your application to them, and you never get a response from them. You'll be like, "What is happening?" So you should find a way to try and uh, understand: is this company hiring, or is it a recruiter that is hiring? You understand? So my caveat here is that when you are hiring or you're trying to get a job as a junior, go directly to the company that is hiring. Don't use any third party recruiter to get your CV because they won't submit your CV. They will ignore you for most of them. So get an organization that have a track record of hiring juniors. You've seen juniors in their roles. So most of these people have pipeline of getting juniors into their company. So use that. So another thing you want to do is there are a lot of organizations. They're like beginners, like juniors friendly, like startups. Startups are very junior friendly. So look at startups also because startups have a lot of things that need to get done. You understand? So taking advantage of that will go a long way to help you. So number two, saying that we're going to talk about is you have been doing blind dates. So what I mean by blind dates, this is a very interesting point here. So now think about recruitment and working for an organization like a date. It's a two-way thing. The problem a lot of juniors make is that you think the organization just wants you. Yeah, they want you, but you too want them. So it's both-way thing. Like when you go on a blind date, this is how it happens. Blind date is you don't know what you're expecting. The person also doesn't know what they're expecting from you. You both of you just show up and like trying to figure things out. You understand? So it's different from when you're going on a date with someone that you already have pre-knowledge of who they are, and they also have the pre-knowledge of who you are. So now, how does this work? How can an organization get? How can you go on a blind date with an organization? You just wake up in the morning, you go to read.co.uk, you like 100 applications for junior roles, just like, okay, apply, 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 apply. Or you go on LinkedIn, quick apply, quick apply, quick apply. You understand? Like you don't even know what the organization are doing, what they stand for, what their culture is, what their value is. You just like send your CV blindly to all of them. So I think that needs to change. If you're doing that, you're going to mix out on a lot of things. Even if the organization sends you something like in the interview, like you start running and scrabbling to get to know who they are and things like that, and that doesn't work, like, because it's difficult. So what you want to do is this: you want to look at what are the top 20 organizations that you really love to work with. You profile them, you understand, profile them, learn about the organization, network with them. We're still going to talk about these details, but it's important to talk about this here now. So talk to those people in the organization. Talking to them is not like knocking on the door and bothering them. No. The way I'm saying is that subtle connection with them. Follow those organizations on their social media network. Follow them up on LinkedIn. Read their blog posts and articles. Okay, so you read their blog posts and articles, you follow their updates, you look at their new releases, you look at their previous releases, you understand, you engage with them, you gradually start to like send messages to people in the team, like, oh, I read your article this way. When they organize events, you go to the event, you start like creating some kind of two-way leverage between you and the organization. You start to know them, you understand, because like this is about trust here. You want to get into an organization that they understood that the value you are bringing and the value of the organization align. It's more easier for every job I've gotten is when I and that organization values align in a way that, on that first interview, there is phone call, or you know immediately that, okay, because we click, there's something that click between the organization and you understand. So you want to stop blind dates with organization. You want to make conscious efforts to like know all of those organizations that you really care about. So because at day one, when you're doing your interview with them, your first impression matters. You are coming with a wealth of knowledge that they know you. And when you're applying, you're just applying with your CV, you're applying with your cover letter, introducing yourself. So when they see your cover letter, it's like telling them ahead of time to know you and why you deserve them or why they deserve you. You understand? And when they get those information, what they do is, okay, we want to talk to this guy. It's like there's something that clicks here. And the first date that you have with them immediately, because you're like, oh, this thing that I say, you make references to things to be like, wow, this person is like, like stalking them. It's like you know about them, and it's sure that you really care about what you're building and you're eager to meet the team and to work with them. Because I'm still going to like give some details on why this matter. So another thing is that you're applying like everyone else. So you need to get out of the box. Like this is also related with what I just said right now about blind dates. Because application is like, yeah, a lot of send your CVs and you just like apply like everybody else. Like you need to be different, because like the truth is that organizations want problem solvers. They want design needs. They have a lot of things in the pipeline that they need to solve. And you could do a different approach. Sometimes most of us just apply to job when the organization are actively hiring. But exception can be created for you also. If you find a bug on an organization or a design issue on an organization that you care about, you can file a report, clearly outline those problems on their website or on their app, and then you send it off to them. That is a different way to knock the door than just waiting in line when an application opens. You understand? Or do they have like an open source project and there's an error on the website on the and you open the PR like, oh, I saw it, I found a typo here. You understand? Oh, I saw your promo the other day and I feel if you do this and this and that, that promo could be better, and you can analyze yourself. So you could actually go out of your way to create a different gate for yourself. So you don't have to wait until like everybody is in line and everybody's sending an application and they have to go through hundreds of applications to get to you. You could take yourself out of those numbers of people on the queue and jump the queue. And how do you jump the queue? By solving problems they're not even looking at. You understand? Even if they don't hire you immediately, put something in their heart. Maybe in their next hiring, you are the top on their list because they know that you've done more, you've been more proactive. You understand? Which is what a lot of organizations even want. People that are proactive, people that genuinely love the brand and want to make it grow. You understand? So, and that's what we're talking about. You need to get out of those boxes. You need to think about creative ways. I remember a long time ago when I was in school, so I ran out of money and I needed to work for a while before I go back to school. So, and when I was coming from school then, like I didn't even have what company will I be applying for right now, because I used to work as a freelancer to support myself in school and all of those things. But that money wouldn't even be enough. I need like a salary job, like I can get a bulk of money at the end of like 2-3 months. And then with my freelance job together with it, I can raise that money. So what did I do? Like I found an organization in the on LinkedIn is a design studio in Lagos, and they are doing 3D design and stuff like that. So when I saw some of their designs, it was really amazing. I was like, okay, this is really good, but their presentation was bad. So I got the phone number of the CEO of the company. I called him. I like, oh, sir, I saw your design. You're doing amazing work, but I noticed something that your design presentation has some issues, and I think I have some of the skills that could help you better in presenting your amazing 3D works. I know it's a 3D design studio. They are good at 3D design, but they weren't good like Photoshop presentation and stuff like that. And the CEO was like, "Oh, that's great. Can you send me some of your portfolio?" Then I sent my portfolio over to him, and I said, "Okay." And the next day, he called me back. Like they really like what I'm doing, and they really have a need because there's a project they are doing for Milo in Nigeria, then an advert, and they really need someone that is good in Photoshop to be able to work with them on the promo. And that was how I got the job. There was no placement anywhere, just a need, just a problem that I spotted and provide a solution to it, and that gave me a job. So that's a way that you could like. There's a lot of things that a lot of organizations want to be fixed, and then you could use that opportunities in different ways, in bug fixing, in like analyzing their websites, in design, like in different ways. And even if doesn't get land you a job, that will improve your networking, and they can even give you a good referral in the future. So another mistake that a lot of us make as junior was trying to get our first job is technical skills. So we think technical skill is all it. I'm an amazing designer. I can code. I know programming. Like I know like 5-6 programming language, 10 frameworks, and on your CV you have all of these amazing projects you've done and stuff like that. So do you know why they wouldn't hire you? Like, oh, but you've not worked in team before. What about your collaboration skills? What about your how can you handle pressure? How can you work on the with teams of 10, 4, 5 people? How can you present your ideas to non-technical people and things like that? And a lot of things that we do as a junior sometimes is like we want to project our strengths as much as possible. You know, we're showing all our technical skills, the design portfolio, amazing portfolio design and stuff like that, and all these amazing things we've done and we could do. All these things are great. You need technical skills to do your job. But more than technical skills, you still need to interact with people. You know, like software engineers, designers are human beings. US research, all of these things, you're going to be speaking and talking to human beings. So how is your human to human relationship? How can you best communicate ideas? You know, it's good to have these ideas on paper. Can you present it? Can you talk to stakeholders? Can you get information? Can you accept criticism? You know, all of these things are very, very important. All of these soft skills are very, very important. Like, you don't want to ignore those soft skills. You know, do you have patience, like empathy, like problem solving, communication, teamwork, you know, accountability, owning your mistakes, being humble, you know, organizations want to work with people, not robots. You know, in all of these movies that we see, all of these amazing software hackers, it's like typing like that. It doesn't work in real life like that. Because yeah, you could build a software by yourself in 2 days, but when you're working in an organization, you need to get feedback from a lot of people. Designers need to work with you. You understand? You need to review your code. You need to make your code to some standards. You need to write documentation. You have to have Git conflicts. You need to know how to resolve them. You have to do pull requests. All of these tools that you're going to use to work with people. You're going to have like I won't call it like office politics, but there's some element of office politics, talking to people, responding to emails, and all of these things are going to be assessed during your interviews, the way you present your ideas, the way you talk. And another thing is that you can also present these things, all of these non-technical skills in different ways. Like for instance, do you like your interaction online? All of these things, organizations can look at it like, how is your LinkedIn page, your brands online, your personal branding? Do you blog? Do you have videos? Do you have other things that you do with people? Do you mentor others even at your stage? Even if you're a junior, do you volunteer? Do you help in the open source community? Do you write? Do you volunteer within your local schools and things like that? These are all the things that you can do to get involved, to show your human area, to show that you care about things. Like, you need to really care, not just about just coming to code and go home. You're going to interact with a lot of people. So technical skills are not enough. These soft skills that you need to interact with people are very, very important. So that leads me to the number 5 thing: demonstrate love for the role. How do you demonstrate love that you love something? How can you show the potential employers that I'm not just here because the money is great? We know designers earn a lot, good money, UX designer, product designers, product managers, software engineers. The money is good. We know that. We need to take care of ourselves. We need the money too, definitely. But you need to demonstrate, like, beyond that, you enjoy doing this. This is what you enjoy doing. Even if I'm not paid for writing code, I'll still be doing it. This is what I love, because that is what it's going to take you to continue in the long term, right? So demonstrating the love for the role. So how do you demonstrate love for the role? And one thing I can think about is your involvement in the technology ecosystem itself. What's your involvement in the technology ecosystem, in online, on Twitter, conversations? Like, are you letting your voice know? Are you voicing your opinion? Are you agreeing? Are you disagreeing? Like, all of these things are very important. When there is a new framework, do you put your idea out there? You need to be able to challenge things. You need to be able to, like, put your opinions there also. Don't say that because I'm a junior, I don't have an opinion. You do. You understand? Like, for instance, I love the story of the founder of Ruby on Rails, the 37 Signals guy. So when he wrote Ruby on Rails, he was actually a junior. He was even in third year uni when he wrote Ruby on Rails, because he was using every other framework and he felt that all the frameworks that are available are not working the way he wants. And he started poking around, like changing things, like, why can't we do this? And some of the technology he built using Ruby on Rails are standards, and a lot of things we use in ORM and all of these things come from Ruby on Rails. And a lot of technologies have adopted it. So as a junior, you are in a peculiar place to be able to see things in a different way. I'm like, oh, I can challenge this, and that's fine. You understand? So, and those are the ways that show that you really love what you're doing. Write a blog, share experience about what you've learned. Even share experience about your failures. It's a good thing. I share experience about my failures all the time. Like, I've applied for 10 jobs, I've been denied. Write about your experience and what you've learned from it. You understand? And how you're going to improve it. Like, every interview and every rejection or every no is moving you closer to the next yes you're going to get. You understand? And you're not going to give up. I've received countless of no's applying to jobs. Understand? And I learned from all of these no's and look at what can I improve in this, and how can I get better in my next application. So last but not the least, I think, okay, take advantage of mentorship. Mentorship is really, really, really amazing. And I won't lie to you. You could be struggling applying for jobs for a lot of time, and then you speak to a mentor and they just like point to one or two things in your CV, or just tell you about one thing to do about your LinkedIn optimization, or just refer you to the resources that is really amazing. And before you know it, the doors that been closed and things are not working just change immediately because they've been there before you. You understand? So take advantage of mentorship. Everything you're going to be doing, going through, a lot of people have gone through it. Like it's nothing you're going through right now that someone ahead of you have not gone through. And in few days, I'll say weeks, some of you are going to get an offer that you'll be surprised. And then you're still going to teach some of the things that you've learned right now and teach it to the people that are with you, that are coming after you. You understand? So that's how you give back. So as you're taking from people, so you too, you're like, well, you're giving back to other people because that's how you work. So it's in cycle. You learn, you give back. So mentorship, that's the way it works. So take advantage of mentorship and use it to be able to get everything you need to get. You understand? ADP list have amazing people and they are willing to help you. My own calendar also, if you see an open date, just take advantage of it. You understand? So and talk to me. If there's specifics of things that you want us to talk about, just message me. There will be resources, there will be someone. Sometimes all about network, sometimes you understand maybe you're applying somewhere, maybe I've worked there before, or I have some friends there, or I have a friend of a friend on LinkedIn and stuff like that. Build that network, build that relationship. You understand? It's very, very important. Go out more, attend events, you understand, and keep building projects, keep developing yourself. And before you know it, it's gonna click eventually, definitely. And this lead me to this. This is one quote that it's really amazing. You see, like all of the mystery, all of the things that we see in technology, in design, all of these amazing things that have been built, there are things that have been built that other people and other people are just like building on top of them. So when you see an amazing design or you see an amazing app that someone built or you see a product that is so stunning, you should understand that mysterious designer behind it also is doing this thing that Isaac Newton said here. He's standing on the shoulders of giants. That's what we do. So, and that is what we need to learn. Every one of us are interconnected together, building on top of the work that other people have done behind us, and then stretching it and moving it forward. You understand? So, don't feel like, am I an imposter? Or do I have the knowledge to be here? You are here already and you deserve to be here. So, and whatever you're going to gain, take advantage of all of those resources, all of those things that everyone ahead of you have done. Like, for instance, when I started in design, then what do I do? Like, I go on Dribble, on Behance, look at inspirations, we create mood board and stuff like that. And then we start to kind of replicate what other people are creating. And over some time, we start to get more confidence in ourselves. We start creating our own original work and creating something unique by ourselves. And that is how the work is. And then both of the original work you were creating, other people coming behind you also are going to learn from it and stretch the work and take it further. You understand? So that's the advantage here. Just believe that you're not alone. There are lots of people all over the world also struggling, trying to get what you want, and a lot of people have passed that bridge. So that means you also are going to pass the bridge. And I think the most important thing to know also is that the tech community is growing really, really great, and there's a need for people in tech more than ever before. There are new solutions, there are new problems to be solved, and you need new people. That need people to solve this thing. So this is the best time to be in tech. Really, that's what I said to any junior in my mentoring session. Like, you are in this space at the best time. When I started, then there wasn't any community, there wasn't anything as close to the what we have is forum board. Then and most of the boards are full of scam and stuff like that. It's not even a safe place. There are a lot of things that you can't control. But today we can have a safe space where we can have conversation and people can learn. You understand? So and that's it. And we can start asking questions, which is the good part. So if you have like any question, you could just you can post it on the chat, and then I'm going to answer, and or you could unmute yourself, and then you can just speak. We should have questions. If there's no question, that means I've done a good job, or I did a bad job. It could mean two things. Questions. This is a safe space. You don't need to be shy at all. So if there's something that you have done that have worked for you in the past that you want to share, you can share. Or if there are specific things that you think you want me to uh, go deeper on, you should do that. And also, I'm going to share an article that I find really amazing on the on Free Code Camp. So someone writes that book.
Hi, Peter.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, Peter. Yeah, earlier on, I sent to ask a question. As a junior developer, right? What's the best and most accurate and fastest way to get into the like to get your first job? One example being, is it, let's say, going to meetups? Is it let's say reaching out to companies directly? What exactly, like, when it comes to something you need to do personally among these examples I've mentioned, do you think is something that could be looked at or could be prioritized?
Okay. So now, the idea is this. When you're looking for a job, I won't say that there is one tip you should take above others. I would say matchups. So matchups of them. You understand? So just take the matchups of them. So reaching out to company directly is the best. Is very good because and also thinking out of the box. Like sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to do because you want to like look for profile companies that you really love and you care about what you're doing. You understand? Like, let me give you an example. For me, I love to work with organizations that have like social values. So that's why if you do a track record of every company I've worked for, are solving something, maybe like the environment, healthcare, or like just solving a unique problem that actually improve people's life. So I know there are a lot of other companies that are trying to improve like that. I'm just looking like at the core of what the company is doing is social, maybe social entrepreneurship or social innovations and stuff like that. I love things like that. When I was working with Alina is trying to work they are working in mental health space, creating innovative solutions. So that's something I relate with. That's something I connect with. So also you could connect your story or your background or something you are passionate about with the company you're going to apply for. So that way, they do like it's easy. You love sports. Apply for a company that is using technology to solve problems in sport. You love playing games. Applying for companies that are building games. You love like women and women rights issues and stuff like that. Apply for organizations that have interest in women rights and stuff like that. That way you break the ice easily because you and the company have similar passion and you can connect really, really quickly. So yeah, Jaya talks about this. Like, is it necessary for us to learn multiple programming language or mastering one programming language will help us land a job? So this is general advice I give for people. Master one programming language to the core. So because if you master a programming language, then it's easy for you to be able to pick up every other one. Like programming language is like you have brush, right, that you can use to paint. So I would say programming language like this brush, right? You can change different brush and everything. And as well as you know how to use your brush, you could use any kind of brush. You understand? So and that's the idea. So master one programming language as a junior, and like if I wake you up now Because if you are interviewing, they're like, okay, what programming language do you prefer? So they will give you your task based on that programming language. So if you know multiple programming language, or you're not master in any of them, and it's going to be difficult for you to be able to ace that. But if you're a master in one programming language, then it's easier for you to transcend and pick up because it's the same brush. Just like you know how to use it, just like use it. Since you know how to use your brush, because change the brush and you still apply the same effects because with the syntax and all the semantics that are different, all programming languages solve the same problems, but in different ways. You understand? So mastering one open the doors to others. Any other question?
Yeah, my last question.
Okay.
Let's say you did all the necessary things, you follow the right steps, and you have your first interview, right? With the probability of you getting the job, being hired.
Okay.
How do you negotiate your salary? Because some companies, actually, from my area where I come from, Ghana, some companies may look at you as you are just a new starter, and they might just use that opportunity to maybe cheat you. I don't know if the word is supposed to be cheat, but I would say to cheat you in the amount they are supposed to pay you. Sometimes give you something lesser. Is this something you have to worry about when a company is paying you lesser than you actually know your value is of, just because you are a
Okay. So
junior developer or you're applying for a junior role? Because most companies that post jobs actually don't have actually don't have hear me.
yeah, yeah, I can hear you. I think I get it. I get
Yeah.
it. So sincerely,
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
tell you that this happens to lots of juniors. So especially like some startup with low budget or some organization just like feel like maybe we just like cut more money because he's not asking for more. Like it's on them or some of them are just worried like is it going to be able to deliver like we wanted to? Let me give you this truth. When it comes to money and getting your first job, for me, I don't want the tips I give generally, I may be wrong, individual preferences is even as a senior role or anything, when I said apply as a senior, when I become a senior, like I know what I want and I tell them, but I don't really make salary to be the point of my discussion on any role at all. Salaries are great, you understand, but what you're going to gain from working in a production environment as a junior outweighs whatever they will be paying you. So that's why I would advise that don't make like that salary to be like a do or die thing. They say it in Nigeria, like don't make it like if you can't pay me 90K, I won't do the job or no. Don't do that. What you want to do is you say if you are valuable to the organization, they don't want to let you go. So, and how can you prove yourself valuable to an organization? By getting your step into the house first. Get yourself in your first job. If it is 1 year, spend that year there, give all you can, and let them review you. You understand? Ask for review. Like over the last 1 year, this is what I've done. This is my track record. Numbers don't lie. You understand? And then you have a conversation. And then the organization can say, okay, we see amazing things you've done. So they can answer one or two things. Yeah, we know we can pay you more. Maybe we don't have the money yet. Or we have the budget, we can do this. You understand? They will do something. But then you two, you've learned and everything. And then if you and the organization can't come to an agreement, you can look for elsewhere. And at that point, you're no longer like first time, like you've had a lot of experience. Experience is wealth also, and is an advantage. And I'm telling you, most organizations don't want to lose you at that time because they know they've invested in you, you've learned, you've contributed. They will definitely want to improve your salary. And if they don't, just become learn all you can, like improve yourself, continually improving yourself. And as you do that, new doors will open for you, definitely. So because like a lot of people are looking for you because you have 1 year, 2 years experience, you are good already. So
Like
Uh,
uh,
the way you did
oh,
everything. I'm very
yes,
grateful.
go ahead. I think Udo should go ahead first, and then
Okay. So, so hello, Peter. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Good.
Okay. So, lately I've been job hunting. So, like, I do see entry level roles, and I try to like sign up, but like I keep getting rejections. But then most times when I ask, like, when I try to like get back, like, what exactly am I not doing right for the rejections to be coming back to back? Because like, okay, on my CV, I have like a year of internship, and I've been coding for the past like 3 years now. So like I specified all those stuff with like some few projects. So like the last honest review I got was okay that they were better candidates than me. So my question is how do I improve? Because from the rules I do apply for, they specify it's entry level, but then how come they keep rejecting me whenever I try to sign up? Thank you.
Okay, so I'll tell you the honest truth. I know a lot of juniors we get frustrated when we get no, 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 and they give us this same one line. There are better people than you. Yeah, it's not your fault. Like it's not your fault at all. There is nothing you're doing wrong. You understand? Because I'm telling you that hiring is like dating. You understand? So if you look at everything I've told you, I've discussed in this conversation, if you have been with us from the beginning, go and review them and like see what can you change in your application process. You understand? So it could be the reason why that person are a better candidate than you is because they have someone that give them a referral to the organization. That's all. Or they have done something a little bit extra that you didn't do at all and you don't even know anything about. Or they have been to the company events, they have met some people in the company, they have contributed something even from the outside you don't even know. They have for you, you just submit your CV, that's all. But maybe they have like go to their website and see some faults and an issues and like, okay, it may be something tiny, but they I saw this can be improved and this and that, and then they send it with them. That's an additional thing. That is better. So you need to be able to do that extra thing. Don't just submit application like everybody does it. Go a step further. Understand? Think out of the box. You understand? So do something extra. So there could be something extra those people are doing. It's not because your skills is not there. No, your skills are there. Not as if you are not a brilliant coder. You don't have this amazing project. I've seen a company hire someone that is a junior. Is even the guy is actually still learning React on Udacity, and he has been given job already. And let me tell you something. The truth is that every organization that you join, they will still train you. So the problem is that you have to be a not that you have to be a perfect software engineer or the best software engineer in the world. No, even what you don't know, they will still train you. Even if there is a very difficult project in the world and everything, they will still hire consultants to work with you. So forget about the mind that you're not getting the job because you are missing something. No, it's not because you are missing something. It's because maybe you're not a fit for them. Culture wise, value wise, you don't align. Or maybe you two, you are doing a blind date with them. You don't know them. You're just like sending your application like everybody else. And they look at your skill like it's good, but they can't see the connection. You understand? But if you have done your own work on the organization, then you can apply strategically in a way that every other candidate won't apply because you tell them the reason why you need to be in that company because you have something they need and you see that fit, you fit with them, you can see the future with them. You understand? Just like someone you want to marry or something like that, you could see each other, right? You could see things and then you guys can align on things like that. It's the same thing. And you guys can connect on that level. You understand? Does that help?
Yeah, yes, it does. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
yeah, that's great.
Okay.
So, Oluwatosin, go ahead.
All right. Good evening, Mr. Peter. So
Yeah,
I attended your, your meeting that you had with us last week Saturday, debate, and it was really a great one. So when I saw this one, I was like, no, I'm not going to miss this for sure. So my own question is, there was a time I applied to a tech company, like basically they apply tech in agriculture. So and I did the test interview, then I passed. Then I did Zoom interview, that's technical interview. So I passed that one. So I so the last stage, which is interview with the deputy manager. So I obviously I can have a friend in that company, so I can already like in short everything I'm supposed to like do. So I did it. So but then I I was like they didn't pick me and I was very disappointed. Like obviously it affected me for like a month. I was like, wow, I almost got this. What happened? So like all this kind of stuff. I don't know. Is it like what are the necessary? I don't know. I can't figure it out the reason why I was not picked. Like I can't figure it out. So all those kind of stuff, like how do you handle them and how do you grow better? So that's my question.
yeah. So, it's the same thing that we've been. This thing can actually sunk your confidence as someone applying for jobs. You'll be start like blaming yourself. As we do in Nigeria, maybe it's one person from my village that doesn't hate me, and they are trying to make sure I fail at everything I do. I've felt that way myself. Let me give you an example. I went to a job interview uh, in the organization. We've done first round of interview. We've done technical test. We've done first phone interview, then technical test, and then I was to do one-on-one with them. So I got there, I think it's in Derby. So because I live like 30 minutes to Derby, so I need to go early. And why I need to go early is because if I'm not familiar to my terrain, I like to get there early so that I can figure out, okay, where is the space and everything so I don't get lost and I am late. So when I got there, I I just like, okay, I got there early and everything, and I got to the organization. They were like, oh, I came early. I'm like, yeah. I thought that would like be like a plus, like you came early. They're like, oh, okay, there is no space for me to stay in the premises, so I'll have to stay outside. Unfortunately for me, that day it's rain. I'm telling you, I was outside and I was really, really cold, like really, really cold outside. It's winter period. So until the time of the interview clock and they came to fetch I just walked there again and then they came to fetch me and we went in. Do you know we have like 5 hours of technical interviews and conversation? Like that was the like I was exhausted. All everything, like my throat was dry from talking and all of the technical things we do, and like it was insane. And they said no without any feedback. You understand? So do you know how hard that was? Like I met like the old like the head of engineering, the CTO, speak with them and everything, and they said no. Like even the no, there was not even a solid response to that. You understand? So now at that point you feel bad, like maybe I'm doing something wrong or there is something I'm not doing well and things like that. No, it's not because you're doing anything wrong. You understand? Maybe because it just doesn't fit or they didn't see way that you guys fit. That's all. Sometimes it's just their own fault because they're not ready for you or things like that. You understand? And sometimes a lot of organizations are time wasters. So you should be able to like spot them sometimes. Like I've tried to like as much as possible because some organization, for you to hire every post, you need to put by law, you should advertise, you should do all of those things. So some people have already hired and then they put advertisements out just uh, for advertisement reason and they do all of those interview process. They know they're not going to pick anyone because they've already filled that job but just to waste people's time. I'm telling you, and you should be sensitive to that. Don't be overly like there are a lot of jobs out there. So that's what I'm saying that. So you too don't apply blindly to every rules that just come out because some of them are just like they have really filled that role. They just are putting it out for fun. So what you want to do is talk to people in the organization you care about. You understand? Follow them up on LinkedIn, send messages to them, like do proactive things, and they can tell you the truth. Oh, we're not hiring now. We love what you did, but keep in touch with us. So when the time the hiring is open, then you are on the so I think it doesn't matter where you are. Either you are applying for job in Nigeria or you're applying for any part of Africa and everything. It's still the same. Like if you want to apply for like job outside the country, definitely like in the UK or any other part of the country you're living in, or there are a lot of remote jobs right now. Yeah, you can get your first job as a remote job. Very, very possible. You understand? Very, very possible. And another thing, yeah, so this session is recorded. I'm going to put it on the internet, definitely on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. So I think the last one we did was on YouTube channel also. I'll share the link immediately after this, so that you guys can check it out. So and also, so what is work authorization? Kolade, what do you mean by work authorization?
Good evening. Thank you for the session. So,
Yeah.
work authorization is like most of these companies, most of these foreign companies require work authorization. Like if you want to apply for jobs in the UK, they'll put in the job description that you must be required or you are required to have a work permit or something like that, maybe to apply for jobs in the US or in the UK, or mostly all these foreign job applications or job advertisements have work authorizations requirements. So how do we
Okay.
secure one?
So what if I can understand you very well? What you mean by work authorization is actually like having a work permit to work in that country. Am I correct?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So now this is how it works. Let me tell you something that different kind. Now I'm saying that applying for jobs, don't apply blindly. Apply to organizations that have infrastructure in place to actually really work remote. That's the problem we have right now. Now a lot of people just apply for a remote job, but then when you look at the job itself, it's remote, but that company wants the people that are in the country to work remotely. You understand? So, but there are organizations that outsource their job outside their country. You understand? But they have an infrastructure and plan in place to accommodate that. So if you don't go through those organizations, you just be like why I'm not getting the job. Let me tell you something. Maybe I'll try and get some of this. There are job boards that post really remote jobs for international people. So that is what you want to do. And now there are companies. I have some friends that actually will work with an organizations. So they play is a global remote company. So it's in Nigeria. They pay you get like $30 an hour. You understand? Imagine if you, for seven working 8 hours a week, you know how much is earning, and a lot of people like that. So what you just need to do is go through all of those companies and apply for them. They'll do your test for you and everything, and then you join them. And then when you join them, they are the one that will now place you because you are on their own jurisdiction. They will now be the one that place you and attach you to a company like Upwork. It's like Upwork like that for tech people. So I'll get list of this organization. There is is it X code and like a lot of them. I will get the list of this organization and I'll send it as a mail to every attendant that especially for software engineers. And there are also links of jobs that are really remote. So now, job authorization that you're talking about, job permit. If you want to get a work permit, you have to be here, or a company sponsor you from Nigeria. I've seen people that have been sponsored from Nigeria. There are companies that does it, but it's not a lot of companies that does it. So one of them is this organization that does the global talent visa for the UK. So they select people, they vet you, they check all of your skills and everything, and then they give you the visa you need, like TechNation. So technation.io, I think. So technation.io. So there have been a lot of people from all over the world that are using this global talent visa to come to the UK. I'll put all of this list of organizations together, and I'll send it as an email as part of this conversation. And if you have any other questions, you can always email me. And also book a section so that we can be able to like go a little bit deeper. So this is just to be able to like give you like insights, in different ways. But I know that there could be things that are like unique to you, and you want to like go deeper. During the session, we can go through that. Look at your CV, maybe revamping your LinkedIn account and stuff like that. So and that will help. Yeah. Is there any other questions? And we could call this a day. We are over an hour already.
Peter, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. I can hear you.
Okay. Please, which job sites do you recommend for junior devs apart from LinkedIn and Indeed? All those.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, that I'm going to get a list of these platforms. So I'm going to send it over maybe today or tomorrow. So I'll just get the list of them and other resources that I think that are very, very important to this topic. And then we could have that conversation. So I'll send them out today, and then maybe today or tomorrow, definitely. So I'll scout for other resources. So there are a lot. So just that you have to make sure that you are doing this thing the right way. You understand? So if you're doing it the right way, everything's gonna work fine. That's it. All right. So I think that's it for today. A lot of people have left already, which is great. So thank you everyone for coming, and I'm definitely going to share this on LinkedIn, and also on YouTube when it's ready. I think it takes 2 to 3 days to process the video, and then I'll upload it, and then everyone will get it. You can rewatch it, and if there's anything that you missed, you can like, communicate with me. Thank you very much for coming, and I appreciate you all. So see you in the next time. Thank you. Bye.